over part 3 of the Latissimus dorsi and Teres Major anatomy and physiology and workouts and all that we're going to do. In the previous videos, I showed you where these muscles were. I'll show again. Make sure if you want to zoom in a little bit. It's gonna the Teres Major. We'll start here. Going to connect in here, run straight across, and on top of the shoulder blade right here. You'll feel a little tender right there. Are you zooming in for me, Jennifer? Okay, good. The lats, same thing. They connect right above that. They rep here, and they kind of just are a little triangle all the way through here into the sacrum. So pretty much this whole general section. That's why it's called the widest muscle in the body. Great for swimmers because they're all constantly doing this motion, pulling and pushing, and I'm just making her work. By the way, this is Angela. She's gonna do a little spin like we were dancing, but I thought we were, that's a good one. Okay, this is Angela, her first video with me. She's usually a videographer, so she's moving up in life. Okay, so today we're gonna show an exercise. So the first thing is a lat pull down. So one thing with the pull downs, you wanna make sure, because a lot of people, their right side is going to be stronger than their left if they're right-handed. So when they're pulling down, make sure they're not pulling one more than the other. That's why I like these bands, and it's good to have a partner because we can watch what they're doing. Remember, these are corrective exercises if you're, so you don't have to do so many as much as you want to make sure you're doing the motion right and everything, so that when you are good at this, and then I'm not going to fall off the table in the middle of the massage. But if I do fall off, keep the camera going because it'd be too classic. So I'm going to put this over my head. Are you getting a good squatting stance? All right, so she's going to want to have open grip. This first one, so she's going to be up here. See, she's a workouter. She knows how to activate these muscles. So I'm going to hold this, and she's just going to pull straight down. There you go. Do you feel it in your lats? Mm-hmm. Okay, and make sure you look at me. See, and hold that right there. So what you notice in her back, she's pulling back her shoulder blades. Okay, and that's good. It's activating those lats good. Now try to turn your hands into a pull like this. And then straight in. There we go. That's pretty perfect, actually. She's like, I'm on camera. I gotta be perfect. All right, and then and actually keep doing that, Jennifer. If you want to come over here, she's like, oh, on this side, no, looking at me. Come over here, and all the way over here, and then you're going to look at Angela. Don't drip. You may notice one shoulder starts to rise above the other. Now she won't because I said it, but going down and then keep going. I can feel it. Yeah, now she can feel it. The right one's trying to come up a little higher. You can feel that? There's a little dominant on that side, right? Yeah. Okay. One thing also I'll add before I jump down, and by jump I mean climb down, is great for, this is a 45-degree row is what we're going to show straight here and go like this, and this is good for all the people who have forward head posture and rounded shoulders. So this next one, it's going to skip lats because it's part of a lat exercise, but it does a lot of others. So, but you're going to go straight up and then pulling your shoulder blades together, kind of like your shoulder blades are trying to crush your spine. So hold that again. Actually, I did it wrong here. There we go. No, you had out. I had in. I'm in. You're out. Okay. Oh. Getting now, sink into an actual deep squat. Deep squat. There you go. And then pull straight down. Go slow. Remember, we want them to go slow. Good. You feel that? And you're tucking your chin back. Good. But looking at me while tucking your chin. Good. Good. She's a great listener. All right. So I'm going to come on down. Next, we're going to go and this one next is pulling row like this. Going to pull straight. Think of your elbow punching your hip. Okay. So you can hold the ends. I'm going to take a lunge so that I don't land on her. Good. And then good. See, elbows going straight down to the hips. What you don't want to do, you're doing good. What you don't want to do in this move is you don't want to come like this because it's more bicep and it just looks funny. You know, we want to activate. You feel the activation?
Yeah.
Good. Good. She's just doing perfect. This is her first video. She's doing so amazing. You need to be in all my other ones. We'll just, I guess you can't be in the prenatal one, but unless things change in your life. Okay, the next one we're gonna do is one of the Teres Major. Let go for one moment, and then instead of doing this motion, because I think the rotator cuff gets involved too much, I want to do more of this motion. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, that motion you just did was perfect. So we're going to turn a little so that Jennifer can see. No, you're doing this. I want you out here. Okay. Kind of like you're punching someone like that. Ready? Yep. And go. Good. Yeah. Slow, always slow. Form is always best, and you always want to look at the person in front of you so that you're not tensing up that neck. It's always, you feel it back there in those shoulders. Good, keep going. She's like, this is a good pre-workout before she works. She's like, oh, now I'm sore.
Yeah, it's a good woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, it is. If you're a massage therapist or anyone who works, doing forward all day, this is actually really good. Last of all, I want to do. So a lot of us tense up those lats all day long because we're hunching over people. Because remember, when the lats get tight, or the Teres Major, they're going to rotate your shoulders in. So if you know somebody who rotates like this a lot, we need to get them out. So one of the things I like to do is do my English today is not very good. All right, so they're going to do this motion. For me, I would do a heavier weight, but just for the motion, I want to come straight up, just like that. So you're going to want to take a deep breath in, breathe out. Yeah, obviously, it's a little easy for me, but I'm sure if I do 100 of them, it's gonna make y'all sit here for 100. No, not really. But what that does is going to open all that up. And again, make sure form is above everything. You don't want to be crunching on one side more than the other side, or as we showed you in the shoulders, we don't want one shoulder coming up and trying to take over. It's better to do 5 good ones than to do 50 bad ones. So, was there any other exercises I forgot to mention that? Let me know if y'all have any other exercises y'all like to see, any other muscle groups, anything like that, or just comment how amazing y'all like this video. Only positive feedback, please. I'm just kidding. If you have constructive feedback, go ahead and comment it below. Please hit subscribe, like our video, and follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. And thank you. Have a great day.